guys, it's Michael with Base Theory Training. Hope everyone is doing well. Today we are beginning a series on the basics and fundamentals of calisthenics, and I've had the request of where do I begin with calisthenics, right? There's a lot of content overload, and I agree. And in today's series, we're going to break down movements, and I'm going to show you the fundamental basics of why we break them down the way we do. So we can go into our progressions without getting hurt. Again, this also allows us to take this modality, right, of learning how to build stability and torque and having a better relationship with our body into other aspects of training, whether it be CrossFit, weightlifting, our daily activities, right? And training, it allows us to be strong of body, which makes us strong of mind. So we're there for ourselves, we're there for our loved ones, and we're there for society. So anyway, guys, let's get into this. The warm-up is extremely important, right? You want to wake up the central nervous system, you want to get your mind prepped, you get your body prepped, right? You're starting to focus and zero in on what you're doing. Plus, you want to prevent injury, okay? You want to make sure that when you're doing this, that your core temperature is raising, you're getting your tendons and your soft tissues warmed up and your muscles as well. So again, you're prepping yourself. I talk about it a lot, but our preparatory work in our base, that's why I named it base theory. Everything starts with the base, right? Because if we try to build our health and fitness on a faulty base of support, it's not going to happen. It's like building a house or building a relationship. If we don't have the base, it's just going to fall apart. Okay, so it's very important that we do not skip our warm-up, right? Okay, so what I like to do, I like to make sure that my joints, okay, because there's a lot of joint work within calisthenics. I want to make sure that my joints are warmed up and ready to go. So one of the movements that I like to do first is I come into a squat position here. My fingertips are facing back, okay, and then I open up like so with the crook of my elbow, and then I relax, okay. Hold it for 5-10 seconds, whatever I'm feeling there. If it's super tight, you know, I work until I feel that tightness go away. Okay, another one is my fingertips facing back, just like so. Okay, you can add a little movement to it. Okay, and at this point in time within my warm-up, I'm thinking about my workout that's ahead of me. Just like so. We can do that again. And play with it. Get to understand your body, listen to your body. If something feels tight, work on it until you feel some change or effect within that area. Okay, so there, and then arm circles. Again, these are basic movements, but these are movements that are gonna help open you up and keep you from being injured. Okay, so my thumbs are up. Again, I'm building torque within my shoulders there. Okay, kind of a rule of thumb is when you start breaking a little sweat, you're ready to go. That's a good indicator that you're primed and your body is ready. And then I like to do over-unders as well. So I like to come hinged at the hip, boom, scapula back, squeeze. Again, guys, if you notice these movements, anybody can do, right? You don't have to be super athletic to do these movements. Calisthenics is for everybody, anytime, anywhere. We just have to understand the basics. So now I'm going into flexion and extension of my shoulders, right? I'm also maintaining stability within my spine, okay, making sure my toes are grabbing. Again, I'll touch more on that when we get to the hip portion of the series. Okay, so now once you've gone through that and you're starting to feel somewhat warmed up, cardio and stamina, right? You cannot be a fit person if your cardiorespiratory system is not healthy, right? And as basic as it is, jumping jacks are one of the best movements for a warm-up, okay? So when you do them, your feet are together, hands to the side, okay? And nice tempo here, you're on the balls of your feet, and you're breathing through your nose in, nose out. Remember, Your nose is for breathing, your mouth is for eating. Okay, so the movement I'm gonna break down first is the push-up, right? It's iconic, everybody wants to do the push-up, everybody attempts to do the push-up, but unfortunately it is one of the most bastardized movements out there. So I'm going to show how to build the proper stability and torque within the push-up, right? And when done correctly, there are many ways that we can go with a push-up, okay? So the first thing you want to do is you want to build torque within your joints, right? And when you have torque within your joints, that helps you to maintain stability within your spine, okay? So what you want to do is you want to come out to an extended position, grab at the ground, rotate the crook of your elbow forward like so. Okay, so you're building torque, and that's going to tighten up the connective tissues all the way through. Okay, you're going to bring your feet together just like so. Okay, and you're going to lower down, inhale down, and then exhale up. Your elbows are vertical throughout the entire movement. You never want to flare out like that because that places a lot of stress, undue stress on the shoulders. Okay, so feet together just like so. Okay, inhale, build your torque there. Exhale up, and my elbows are vertical. Also, when doing this, you want to understand what your pelvis is doing. You want to make sure that it's not here, okay, because we go into a spinal fault. You want to tuck under, right? Here, and tuck under, kind of like a scared dog. And what that's going to do, that's going to help activate your abdomen. And again, a push-up is one of the bread and butter movements for calisthenics, but it has to be done right. And if you don't have the strength of being able to do it from the concentric, which means pushing away, then you want to train your body with the eccentric, which is lengthening of the muscle. So what we're going to do is, say I don't have the strength to push up correctly and I'm doing all these spinal faults. Okay, what you want to do is, again, set position, feet together, tuck the pelvis, rotate there. And you want to lower yourself down in a controlled manner, just like so. And what this is going to do, this is going to help train the movement pattern of this movement without adopting bad form and recruiting muscles that aren't strong enough to try to take on the load here. Okay, so again, you're going to pop up, okay, just like so. You're going to lower down, nice and controlled. About 5 seconds. Keep that form, elbows vertical, and then use your knees to pop back up. Okay, so within calisthenics, right, there's different body positions and they're called archetypes, right? From the shoulder, there's going to be a pushing archetype, which is like a push-up, and then you're gonna have a hanging archetype. Okay, when dealing with the shoulder, right, or with the hips, you want to make sure that if a movement is coming from either area, that this area is, or this area is doing the work, that you're not flexing from the spine, right? And by setting stability within your connective tissue, here, 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 and here, that keeps torque and position here, right? Because we don't want to be flexed. We want to be nice and stable within our spine. So our breath is so important, how we build stability within our spine, right? Within our thoracic cavity. So how you breathe is going to dictate how you maintain position, okay? So you want to inhale through the nose, through the diaphragm. Diaphragm sits here. Just like so, right? You want to feel the tactile cue with your hand. Just like so. A lot of the times people will breathe from the chest, so you want to make sure that you're breathing through the diaphragm. So when I come into my push-up, I set position, okay, and I'm going to inhale through my diaphragm. I'm going to inhale down, and then I exhale up. And as I exhale up, that helps for my abdomen to contract and to drive me back up. As I lower down, I'm going to set position, and I'm going to build stability again. And then exhale up. That's called intra-abdominal pressure, right? And the way I breathe here in a push-up is the same way I'm going to breathe in other movements as well, whether it be a pull-up or a squat. And as we get into those movements, I will break down the ability of breathing, but the fundamentals are always the same. Okay, so the great thing about using body weight is you can adapt to your skill level and ability. And a lot of the times I think people are intimidated by calisthenics, as in like, oh, it'll take me years to do that or to do this. But again, calisthenics is adaptable to our abilities, right? And all you have to understand is how to navigate gravity. Okay, so say you don't have the ability to do a correct push-up, you can actually come to a platform here and do it standing. Same principles apply with your technique and form. Okay, you want to bring your feet together, you want to build stability within your joints, shoulder blades down, back. Okay, you're going to inhale down and then exhale up, just like so. You notice the form is still the same as it was when I was on the ground. Okay, as I get a little stronger, then I can start adding more gravity to my body. Okay, so it's going to make it just a little bit harder, just like so. And then as I become more strong, then I can go into the full push-up, just like so. I know that a lot of these movements with calisthenics can be intimidating, right? Or seem like they're so far off, but the progression is very simple and very easy once we understand the mechanics and the basics of how to keep the proper position within our bodies. Okay, when starting this calisthenics journey, you want to keep things simple and basic, right? Because a lot of training can be overwhelming because there's a lot of content overload out there. But you want to understand that this is a progression. You want to make sure that you understand your preparatory work, right? That you're prepping your body so that you can see the progression. And no matter what you do at the beginning level, you're always going to see adaptation, right? It won't be until you're further along in your journey that you might plateau. But in the beginning stages, which is a fun stage, you're always going to see benefit and you're always going to see that progression into your next movement. But you have to understand, in order to see that progression I'm talking about, you have to be consistent. It's about consistency, right? It's not about being perfect, right? It's not about being so regimented that you can't skip a workout or you can't miss a workout, but you still have to be consistent, right? Because consistency is the key into seeing your goals within health and fitness. Okay guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the content today. I know it was a lot of information thrown your way, and my job as a trainer is to make sure that I give my people the tools and the knowledge of understanding why we're doing things a certain way. Again, there's a lot of content overload out there. I mean, even for a trainer, it can be overwhelming, but it's very basic and very simple. And once you understand the fundamentals and the basics, you can take that into many directions within training. So anyway, guys, please don't hesitate to reach out, leave me messages. You can also reach me on Instagram at Base Theory Training. Until then, be well and have a great week.